Good afternoon, all our fellow colleagues from various universities and the colleges. Today is the third day of live conferencing on Swayam Prabha. Today we have with us Professor Sudeep Jha, Professor of Physics in School of Sciences, Indira Gandhi National Open University. His expertise is in solid-state physics and semiconductors. Has been a member of many statutory bodies of Indira Gandhi National Open Universities. We welcome him for today's session, which is on Academic Bank of Credits. साथियों नमस्ते, आज हमारे साथ हैं प्रोफेसर सुदीप झा, जो स्कूल ऑफ साइंसेज इंदिरा गांधी नेशनल ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी में फिजिक्स के प्रोफेसर हैं। बहुत लंबा उनका योगदान है स्कूल ऑफ साइंसेज में। आज वो हमारे समक्ष राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति में एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट्स के बारे में क्या चर्चा लिखी है, क्या करना चाहिए, उसके बारे में हमारे साथ विचार करेंगे। प्रोफेसर झा।
Good afternoon to all our colleagues from across the country, and thank you, Madhu, for a nice introduction. I have been to this kind of a session in the first batch also, and that time I talked about some highlights of New Education Policy 2020. This time I have decided to take up two important issues which will be of interest to all the teachers in our country. One is the Academic Bank of Credit concept, which has been introduced in NEP 2020, and the related concept is regarding credit transfer. So this is on your screen. This is how I will touch upon these issues and subsections, sub-issues related to this, and then we'll have interaction. It is essentially meant to be an interactive session. So I hope by now you must be familiar how you can communicate to us your issues, your concerns, and your questions on the topic we are going to discuss today, and then we will find out what is to be done. We will discuss it out rather than me giving one-way presentation kind of a thing. As all of you know, NEP is a new initiative, and it has come after a long gap of roughly 20 odd years, and it has come out with some salient features which one may say that it is the need of the hour, and there is a need of integration of higher education institution across the disciplines and across the professional streams. So in that context, they have come out with a concept of Academic Bank of Credits, and it is essentially, we are all familiar like any bank, like normal bank account we have, we deposit money and we withdraw money from this. So that money in this case, in this bank, money is not going to be transacted. What is going to be deposited and withdrawn is the credits. So before I go into the details what this Academic Bank of Credit means and why this idea has been introduced in the sector of higher education, let me briefly tell you about the credits. Because as far as I know, that this notion of credit assigned to different courses is a rather new phenomena for university systems. Our professional, particularly technical and engineering colleges of our country, more so the premium institutes like IITs, they have been following this credit system since long. But in the university system, the first time this credit concept came was when UGC came out with the proposal of choice-based credit system in 2014 or 16, something. 14 it came, and it has started being adopted in 16, 17 in different universities. But out of roughly 1,000 plus universities, not more than 350 or 400 has actually adopted CBCS. So it will be a good idea to talk about credits little bit before I go into the main topic of academic bank of credits. The notion of credit is that typically it is defined like 1 hour classroom teaching for 15 hours or 15 weeks in a semester is defined as a 1 credit course, meaning thereby that 1 credit is equal to 15 hours of classroom teaching, and whether those 15 hours are spread over the whole semester or within half of the semester, that is different. Now this is an attempt to quantify the learning achievements of a student. Although we assess their performance or learning by assessment tools like final examination, continuous assessment, but then it was thought that it will be better for the mobility of students as well as standardization of our undergraduate and postgraduate programs if we assign credits. So that was an attempt which was actually made by UGC when they introduced choice-based credit system. And they said that typically for an undergraduate or postgraduate program, the credit load, I mean the number of courses a student is supposed to complete in one semester, should be anywhere between 18 to 20. I mean these are, just for the understanding, these are not fixed numbers. It is still a work in progress. In some document it is said 22 credits per semester. In some document it is given as a range of 18 to 20 credits. So the idea is that in one semester the course credit load in terms of courses at undergraduate and postgraduate level should be worth 18 to 20 credits. Now next issue is that how do we assign credit to our courses, right? We are familiar with the term course or paper, which is used in many university systems. Courses for a particular program, and the universities where semester system is yet to come into operation, they are following annual system. So that is a part. The whole idea is that how do you assign, how do you say, for example, I am a man of physics, so I have a mechanics course at undergraduate level, and which is taught in the first year or first semester, right? So there is a syllabi for the course, which we call course content, and that is transacted. So up to this, all of us are familiar. We always have a syllabi for a course, and then that course is included in either first year, second year, third year, or one of the semesters of a program where semester system is practiced. Now, the basic academic process through which a course is assigned credit is decided by the content, right? So a typical teacher will tell you by looking at the syllabus that in how many classroom teaching hours this much content can be covered, right? So suppose a course can be covered in a period of 45 to 60 classes, 1 hour classes, right? So if you go by the arithmetic of 15 classroom teaching is equal to 1 credit, so 60 hours course content, that course will be assigned 4 credits. That is the typical practice which CBCS also suggested and which is being followed by many universities. For example, IGNOU is an exception because since its inception and starting undergraduate program way back in early 1990s, we have been following credit system for our courses. So for me and for colleagues in IGNOU, there is nothing new in this, but most of you may not be familiar with this concept. Therefore, I thought I will devote some time on this. And suppose a program comprises of, let's say, 5 courses. So then every course, depending upon what is the content covered in the course, will be assigned some credit. and a typical program will be worth, let's say, 120 to 132 credits. As per CBCS proposal, which IGNOU is also following and many other universities are also following, the credit load for the entire undergraduate program is between 128 to 132 credits. So if you can divide it annually or by semester, it works out around 22 credits per semester. So that is all about credit, and the time has come when all the universities and their statutory bodies should start looking at the course content and thereby assigning credits to their courses. This is very important because unless that is done, that institution will not be in a position to take benefit of the new thing which has come in the name of academic banks of credit. Now, let me get back to the main topic on which I'm going to discuss, that is academic bank of credit. I'm told that I should try to keep this bilingual, but if there are questions, I think I can take it in any language what you say, but let me complete this presentation briefly, then we can discuss bilingually. That is not a problem with me. मैं हिंदी में भी आपसे बात कर सकता हूँ और अंग्रेजी में बोल ही रहा हूँ, मेरे लिए वो कोई समस्या नहीं है। अब मैं थोड़ी देर हिंदी में बताने की कोशिश करता हूँ। आइए अब देखते हैं कि NEP का जो डॉक्यूमेंट है, एक तो आप लोगों से ये आग्रह है कि आप समय निकाल के ये बहुत ही छोटा और सार गर्भित, जो क्लिष्ट हिंदी में कहते हैं, काफ़ी डेंस बट वेरी मीनिंगफुल डॉक्यूमेंट, राइट? इट इज़ ओनली 63 पेजेस, एंड इफ़ यू are not interested to go into the entire document and want to focus only on the higher education, what this NEP envisions for a higher education sector, then it reduces to hardly 32 pages. तो आप लोगों से मेरा आग्रह है, मेरी सलाह है कि आप ज़रूर इस डॉक्यूमेंट को पढ़ें। ये दोनों ही भाषाओं में उपलब्ध है और जितनी बातचीत मैं आपसे कर रहा हूँ, ये उन्हीं जो बिंदुओं को उन्होंने टच किया है और जिसके फॉलो अप में बाद में फिर यूजीसी ने समय समय पर गाइडलाइंस एंड गजट नोटिफिकेशंस निकाले हैं, उसके बेसिस पे आज मैं चर्चा कर रहा हूं और आपसे बात कर रहा हूं। तो जो ABC एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट का जो आइडिया NEP में है, उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए यूजीसी ने एक गजट नोटिफिकेशन भी निकाला है, दैट वाज सम टाइम लास्ट ईयर इन अक्टूबर और सितंबर 2021, और उसमें जो उन्होंने ऑब्जेक्टिव्स लिखे हैं उसमें से 5-6 जो इम्पोर्टेंट है वो मैंने यहाँ लिस्ट किया है। सबसे पहली बात तो ये है कि ये तो आप मान के चलिए कि क्रेडिटाइजेशन ऑफ योर कोर्सेज एंड प्रोग्राम्स इज ए मस्ट इफ योर इंस्टीट्यूशन wants to be part and parcel of this new idea, and this idea is already in place. आपको बताऊं कि एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट के लिए नेशनल एक पोर्टल बन चुका है जिस पर हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू रजिस्टर एज ए इंस्टीट्यूशन, एंड सब्सिक्वेंटली their students who are already enrolled in different programs, they are supposed to get an account opened in that ABC and get a unique account number, जैसा कि हमारे पास बैंक का अकाउंट नंबर होता है. Then only his or her courses successfully completed can be credited in the academic bank of credit. उसके जो फ़ायदे होंगे उस पर मैं अभी आऊँगा. तो सबसे बड़ा फ़ायदा तो इसका ये होने वाला है कि अगर मान लीजिए मैंने दिल्ली में रह के 2 कोर्सेज इग्नू से किए और फिर मैं समहाउ मैं फिजिकली डिसलोकेट होके मैं चला गया केरला या चेन्नई, राइट, तो मैं वहाँ किसी दूसरे यूनिवर्सिटी में अपनी पढ़ाई जारी रख सकता हूँ और उस यूनिवर्सिटी के करिकुलम में, उस यूनिवर्सिटी के प्रोग्राम स्ट्रक्चर में मेरे द्वारा सक्सेसफुली कंप्लीट किए गए ये 2 कोर्स अगर आते हैं तो मुझे उन कोर्सेज को उस विश्वविद्यालय में या कॉलेज में फिर से करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है. ये है पहला फ़ायदा, एंड जिसको मैंने यहाँ पर लिस्ट किया है, नेशनल लेवल मोबिलिटी ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स. दिस विल फैसिलिटेट दिस ABC आइडिया. सेकेंड इज that I am very sure that large number of people who are taking this course, short-term course, are coming from colleges, right? And colleges in our country are very narrow jacketed in the sense that there are science colleges, there are arts colleges, and there are commerce colleges. So these colleges, despite your best intentions, you are not in a position to offer courses from other streams to your students. Suppose I am from a science college and as a teacher, as one of you, and I want some of my students to take courses in, let's say, sociology or some arts, or let's say some commerce related course or something related to computer science, which will be meaningful. Meaningful here in two terms. NEP, that way, that is not the topic of discussion. I think one of my colleague will come to that when they talk of multidisciplinary education. NEP का intent ये है कि undergraduates को आप बहुत ज़्यादा subject and core discipline related knowledge से overload ना करें. उसके पास in terms of time and credits आप space छोड़ें जिसमें कि वो अपने पसंद का अपने कोर एरिया से अलग के कोर्सेज भी ले सके. दैट इज व्हाट दे आर ट्राइंग टू टेल यू व्हेन दे से दैट try to make your undergraduate and postgraduate programs as multidisciplinary as possible. Here the multidisciplinary in the broad sense is that give opportunity to commerce and arts students to pick up few courses in mathematics and physics, right? So the whole idea is that that will make them a complete informed graduate when they pass out of the higher education system. So this will facilitate, for example, I was talking, suppose I want, so what will happen? Someone can join some course online or offline in a neighboring college where those courses are offered. And if that is assigned a credit, then I will find that if that course is appearing in my scheme of things where he is doing his BSc program, right? So I will have to keep a scope for such courses, and if that fits in, then he, without having the full-fledged science or arts faculty in my college students will be able to pursue courses from other streams. That is another benefit of academic bank of credit. Third is, it enables break-in studies. Next is, as I said, that in terms of credit transfer, that is a possibility. It's very easy. That example I give of my own dislocation from Delhi to Chennai or Thiruvananthapuram. So that is also a possibility, provided all institutions, at least the two institutions, have all their courses creditized. And next is, this is an extension of enable break-in studies that is called multiple entry and exit. This is also a feature of NEP which has been incorporated in the document, and UGC has come out with a detailed guidelines how this multiple entry and exit to a program has to be operationalized by all the higher education institutions. Some of the universities have already notified certain programs where this provision and this facility is available to students. It essentially means that you can discontinue after completing 1 year of a program, and when you exit, you will be given certificate for that you have completed these many courses. और उन कोर्सेज के सर्टिफिकेट लेके आप जिस स्टेज पर आपने छोड़ा था उस स्टेज पर आप लौट के उस प्रोग्राम को फिर से ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. उसको कहा जाता है मल्टीपल एंट्री. सपोज 1 साल आपने किया, उसके बाद आप निकल गए सिस्टम से विद सर्टिफिकेट, तो आफ्टर 2-3 years if you want to continue, you will be directly admitted to the second year of the program by taking cognizance of the completed courses of the first year. And then, as I told you that since now it is a matter of, you earn credit, you learn, and the options are many. I mean, one of the session will be completely devoted to what are the options available to, earn credits by completing courses online, like platforms like Swayam. So that option is there. So colleges where all the courses are not on offer for one reason or the other, students from those institutions will not be at a disadvantage because of this scheme which is being implemented across the country. Next, these are the benefits, stated objective of the gazette notification on Academic Bank of Credit. अब इसके कुछ माइनर डिटेल्स आपको बता देता हूं, क्योंकि आप शिक्षक हैं, हो सकता है आप में से कुछ लोग एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पोजीशन पे भी हों. इस पूरे के पूरे स्कीम को गवर्नमेंट और मिनिस्ट्री के और यूजीसी के कंसल्टेशन में ऑलरेडी ऑपरेशनलाइज किया जा चुका है. देयर इज अ वेबसाइट फॉर एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट व्हिच इज आल्सो कॉल्ड नेशनल एकेडमिक डिपॉजिटरी, and institutions will have to register there once their statutory bodies approve that yes, let's go ahead and register ourselves as an institution, HEI, in the ABC repository platform. Subsequently, once you are a registered, you have to meet certain conditions. Earlier, the draft ABC notification by UGC was little stringent, that it was said that only certain A plus or A grade NAC accredited institution will be eligible, but the amended regulation says that all HEIs which are recognized either by the central government or by state government and recognized by UGC as well, they can be part of this scheme. And once you register as an HEI, it can be a college, autonomous college, or it can be a university system, then you have to facilitate your students to register on that platform and get a unique account number of ABC. Then only all the courses they complete during their studies in different semesters, those courses along with the syllabi and the credit assigned to that course as per your institution's program structure, it will be credited, and that will be with his asset, or that will be his money deposited in a sense, as we do in our banking system. And the only limitation is that that money cannot multiply. That is one limitation. And second is that it remains valid money only for a certain period of time. There are academic arguments in favor of keeping these two things. Multiplication is of course not possible. We are not talking of money, we are talking of learning achievements. And third is that every institutions, once you register on the ABC portal, आपको अपने website पर बच्चों के जानकारी के लिए या जनरल पब्लिक की जानकारी के लिए डिटेल में बताना होगा कि इस फैसिलिटी को यूज़ करने का स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर क्या है फॉर ऑल द स्टेक होल्डर्स. एंड आवर मेन स्टेक होल्डर्स इज ऑफ कोर्स स्टूडेंट्स. सो दे शुड बी टोल्ड दैट हाउ इट इज़ गोइंग टू ऑपरेट एंड हाउ इट्स गोइंग टू बेनिफिट देम, to give them options of extensive choices of courses they can pursue, as well as their physical mobility from one HEI to another. They have also to list all the HEIs who are already registered, because this kind of credit transfer can happen only between two HEIs if and only if both of them are registered on the ABC scheme. So for that, a student will have to know that if they want to leave the institution where they are pursuing, then they can only go in those institutions, and this will be a dynamic thing. It's not a one-time affair that you miss the bus. Every academic calendar, it will be open for registration. But then students should know that till now, कौन कौन से HEIs हैं जहाँ पर कि उसके द्वारा अर्न किए गए क्रेडिट को वो इन कैश करा सकता है if he or she joins program in that one of the listed HEIs. Listed here means that HEIs who are registered on the ABC platform. So these are certain operational details. If your institution HEI is impressed and willing to go ahead and join the ABC scheme of Ministry of Education or monitored and operationalized by UGC. Now, my main focus will be, and as a teacher your main interest will be कि इसके academic aspects क्या क्या हैं. For example, एक obvious सा question ये आता है कि भाई अब कोई भी student वो जो है उसने कहीं कहीं से अपना अगर credit ले लिया और तो उसको डिग्री कौन सी institution award करेगी. That is a basic question which we also had been discussing कि Will it lead to some kind of chaotic situation or confusion? So that has been made very clear in the Gazette notification I am referring to. Please find time. It is available on UGC website, ABC Gazette notification, which was notified by Government of India sometime in second half of 2021. उसमें ये कंडीशन लगाई गई है कि आप अगर मान लीजिए कि आपका एडमिशन हुआ है किसी दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में, तो आपको दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी के जिस प्रोग्राम में आपने एडमिशन लिया है, सपोज कि उस प्रोग्राम के क्रेडिट्स टोटल हैं 140 क्रेडिट्स का वो प्रोग्राम है, अंडर ग्रेजुएट प्रोग्राम है. दीज नंबर्स आई एम टेकिंग जस्ट फॉर गिविंग यू एन एग्जाम्पल. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी अंडर ग्रेजुएशन इज 140 क्रेडिट्स, प्लीज. सो इस रेगुलेशन के हिसाब से ये कहा जा रहा है कि अगर 140 क्रेडिट का कोई प्रोग्राम आप कर रहे हैं तो आपको कम से कम 70 क्रेडिट्स, दैट इज 50% क्रेडिट उसी यूनिवर्सिटी के कोर्सेज करने पड़ेंगे. दैट इज कैविएट और कंडीशन नंबर 1, राइट. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल कि आपने दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में एडमिशन लिया और आपने पाया कि वहाँ के कोर्सेज लिटिल डिफिकल्ट हैं. आई मीन जस्ट एन एग्जाम्पल, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट दोज आर डिफिकल्ट हैं, तो आपने एडमिशन तो वहाँ ले लिया और कोर्सेज आपने 140 क्रेडिट के जहाँ भी आपको लगता है कि इट्स नॉट सो डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू, वहाँ से अर्न कर लिया और डिग्री आप कहें दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी को कि आप हमें डिग्री दो, दैट इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल. दैट इज़ वन कंडीशन. सेकेंड इज दैट कोई भी प्रोग्राम है उसमें कुछ कोर कोर्सेज होते हैं. कोर को आप ये इट्स ए न्यू टर्म, यू कैन से दैट कंपल्सरी सब्जेक्ट एरिया बेस्ड कोर्सेज होते हैं और उसके कुछ मिनिमम क्रेडिट्स भी निश्चित होते हैं कि आपको, फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट मी गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल फ्रॉम फिजिक्स. लेट्स से इफ़ यू ज्वाइन ए फिजिक्स ऑनर्स प्रोग्राम इन एनी यूनिवर्सिटी, देन व्हाट इज मैंडेटरी इज कि आपको कम से कम, अगर वो 100 क्रेडिट का प्रोग्राम है लेट्स से, तो आपको कम से कम 50 to 60% क्रेडिट्स के फिजिक्स के कोर्सेज करने हैं, राइट. नाउ उसमें भी कोई ढिलाई नहीं है, क्योंकि आप ये देखें कि ये जो भी एकेडमिक कैविएट्स लगाए गए हैं उसके पीछे इंटेंट ये है कि इस स्कीम के चलते ऐसा ना हो कि जो डिग्री दी जा रही है बच्चों को, उनके लिए उस डिग्री का वैल्यू मार्केट में कम हो जाए. So that safeguard one has to take in the larger interest of the students. Therefore, आप अगर फिजिक्स ऑनर्स पास कहलाना चाहते हैं तो आपको मिनिमम इतना क्रेडिट का फिजिक्स पढ़ना है, मतलब फिजिक्स के विषय वस्तु का कम से कम इतना ज्ञान आपको होना चाहिए. That is also non-negotiable. That will, the degree awarding institution where you are earning 50% of your credits will decide that minimum this much credit you must learn in physics if you want to get the final degree of BSc with physics honors. That is what is meant by second point when I say that must earn minimum credits in the core subject area necessary for a degree. थर्ड एकेडमिक कैविएट जो इस ऑपरेशन इस स्कीम का है वो ये है कि इसकी वैलिडिटी, चूँकि आप सभी लोग शिक्षक हैं, बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज़ में रहते होंगे अपने अपने विषयों के, अपने विश्वविद्यालय में, अपने कॉलेजेस में. टिपिकली 7 years इज ए पीरियड बाय व्हाट टाइम वी रिविजिट आवर कोर्स कंटेंट एंड इट इज़ कॉल्ड रिवाइज्ड कोर्स. क्लासरूम टीचिंग के केस में सिलेबस रिवाइज करते हैं और नई चीज़ें ऐड होती हैं, पुरानी चीज़ों को थोड़ा छोटा किया जाता है और जो चीज़ें स्कूल में कवर हो गई हैं उसको हटा दिया जाता है, जो अंडर ग्रेजुएट में कवर हो गई हैं उनको पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट से हटाया जाता है, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट में कुछ नई चीज़ें जो रिसर्च के फ्रंटियर पे हैं उनको ऐड किया जाता है. तो ये प्रक्रिया चलती रहती है. तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि आज अगर मैंने किसी कोर्स में किया और 4 क्रेडिट का कोर्स मैंने एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट में डिपॉजिट किया, तो बाय द टाइम आई कम एंड से दैट मैंने ये कोर्स किया हुआ है और मुझे आप इस प्रोग्राम में इसको एक्नॉलेज कीजिए और मुझे डेबिट कर दीजिए, तो वो कोर्स का कंटेंट वही रहना चाहिए. तो उसकी लाइफ जो है, जो आप क्रेडिट अर्न करके ABC में डिपॉजिट करेंगे, उसका मैक्सिमम लाइफ तय किया गया है इस रेगुलेशन में, दैट इज़ 7 years. 7 years के बाद वो क्रेडिट आप कहीं भी यूज नहीं कर सकते. हाँ, कुछ विश्वविद्यालयों में ये प्रावधान है जहाँ पर कि कोर्स वाइज रजिस्ट्रेशन होता है. मतलब कहने का ये हुआ, IGNOU इज़ ए केस इन पॉइंट, सिंस आई एम फ्रॉम IGNOU, सो ऑफ हैंड जो यहाँ चीज़ें हम कर पा रहे हैं NEP से रिलेटेड वो मैं आपको छूटते ही बताता हूँ. IGNOU में और बाकी विश्वविद्यालयों से भी ये उम्मीद की जा रही है ABC स्कीम के बाद कि आप प्रोग्राम में तो एडमिशन लेते ही हैं बच्चों का, बीए हो, बीकॉम हो, एमए हो, एमकॉम हो, अब आप कोर्स वाइज बच्चों का एडमिशन भी लीजिए। तो इग्नू में कोर्स वाइज रजिस्ट्रेशन इज ऑलरेडी ऑन, एंड आई एम वेरी श्योर मेनी यूनिवर्सिटीज विच आर वेरी प्रोएक्टिव इन टेकिंग the ideas which are useful for students forward from NEP, they also must have started course-wise registration. There is a difference. In a typical brick and mortar institution, there is a limit to which you can admit students because you need to have classroom and all that thing. But in ODL system, we are in a little advantageous situation because we don't have as such those requirements on our physical infrastructure. So the idea is that if there is a course-wise registration, then you will get completion of the course, right? But the validity of the credit you have deposited will lapse after 7 years if you want to get it counted for completion of any program, whether it is postgraduate or undergraduate program. And last but not the least, it is very important, and academically we have debated it a lot, that once you redeem a credit, for example, once you withdraw the money, it can be understood better in terms of money. The caveat in this regulation says that redeemed credits to be irrevocably debited. ये दोनों कॉमर्स के टर्म हैं, मुझे भी बहुत ज़्यादा समझ में नहीं आते हैं। इसको मैं आप सिंपल करके ये बताता हूँ कि जो भी क्रेडिट है या जो भी पैसा है बैंक में, उसको अगर आपने एक बार निकाल लिया, ठीक है, तो वो निकाल लिया, अब आपके बैंक में कुछ है नहीं। इसका इंटेंट ये है कि अगर आपने कोई कोर्स कंप्लीट किया और उसका क्रेडिट आपने एबीसी में डिपॉजिट किया है, तो आप उस क्रेडिट को किसी एक ही प्रोग्राम में काउंट करवा के अपना डिग्री ले सकते हैं। ये नहीं हो सकता है कि उसी कोर्स को या उसके करस्पॉन्डिंग जो क्रेडिट हैं उसको आप 2 अंडर ग्रेजुएट प्रोग्राम में काउंट करवाएं और कहें कि मुझे आप 2 अंडर ग्रेजुएट की डिग्री दो। ये संभव नहीं है। दैट इज़ व्हाट इज मीन दैट रिडीम्ड क्रेडिट। अगर आपने फिजिक्स का एक कोर्स का 4 क्रेडिट ले लिया, आपको फिजिक्स ऑनर्स का सर्टिफिकेट लेना है, तो आप उस क्रेडिट को केमिस्ट्री में ऑनर्स और फिजिक्स का सबसी के रूप में काउंट नहीं करवा सकते। एंड इट वर्क्स फॉर हिस्ट्री, पॉलिटिकल साइंस, जहाँ पर कि बच्चे ऑनर्स करते हैं तब भी एक से ज़्यादा सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ते हैं, तो एक ही कोर्स को आप 2 प्रोग्राम के लिए काउंट नहीं करवा सकते। ये भी एक लिमिटेशन है which is academically justified also. So these are the academic aspect. I think this will be of more interest to teachers and this audience, so to say. एंड तो अब मैं दूसरा जो टॉपिक है जिसको मैंने आज के लिए लिस्ट किया था वो क्रेडिट ट्रांसफ़र है। एक्चुअली आप अगर देखें क्रेडिट के बारे में हम काफ़ी बात कर चुके हैं। क्रेडिट एज ए टीचर जो आपके लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट है वो चीज़ें ये हैं कि आपके जो कोर्सेज हैं, आपका जो कोर्स का सिलेबस है, उसको क्रेडिट कैसे असाइन किया जाता है, इसकी एक बेसिक थंब रूल मैंने आपको बता दिया। एंड नाउ यू आर द बेस्ट जज, दैट इज़ वन। Second is that ये creditization of courses and thereby creditization of programs, how it is going to help a student. That is second point I have already explained. And third and most important is that any HEI, be it university or autonomous college, can be a part and parcel of ABC scheme if and only if their programs are creditized. Meaning thereby they have to say that this program is this much of credit and each course is this much. Because the bank is of credits, bank is not of courses, right? Because so that is important. So ये तो context हो गया क्रेडिट के बारे में। अब आपको बताऊं कि क्रेडिट ट्रांसफ़र स्कीम है क्या और कैसे प्रैक्टिस में है। अभी थोड़ी सी चर्चा मैं फिर से इग्नू पर करूँगा, क्योंकि जैसा मैंने आपको पहले बताया कि वी एट इग्नू इज प्रैक्टिसिंग दिस क्रेडिट सिस्टम फॉर ऑल आवर प्रोग्राम्स एंड कोर्सेज सिंस आवर इंसेप्शन एंड एकेडमिक इंसेप्शन। यू कैन से आवर अर्ली प्रोग्राम्स स्टार्टेड 87, 89 or so. Undergraduate program, major flagship programs started in 1991 time. So from that day, our all programs are credit based. So we had earlier, before CBCS came into picture, our undergraduate program was 96 credit worth. Now it is 132 credits, and honors is little higher. So numbers are not important. The idea is that we are following credit system. And IGNOU from day one, despite the fact that if someone is coming from another institution where credit system is not followed, even those students' learning achievements, IGNOU has been accepting from day one. This is again a unique. I am not sure. I will talk about other universities what was the existing practice, but IGNOU में it is a well established practice कि अगर किसी ने फर्स्ट ईयर सेकेंड ईयर कहीं से किया है और हमारे यहाँ एडमिशन लेता है तो वो हमारे यहाँ क्रेडिट ट्रांसफ़र के लिए अप्लाई कर सकता है. नाउ चूँकि दूसरे यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में क्रेडिट सिस्टम नहीं फॉलो किया जा रहा था तो हम उसके चलते उसको डिनाई नहीं करते थे. उसके चलते हम ये कहते थे कि आपने जो कोर्स किया है पास, उसका सर्टिफिकेट तो लगाइए कि आपने ये कोर्स पास किया है, उसके साथ साथ आपको उस समय के वैलिड सिलेबस की कॉपी भी लगानी है जिस कोर्स के लिए आप क्रेडिट ट्रांसफ़र चाहते हैं, राइट. और फैकल्टी का काम होता था कि अपने कोर्सेज को देखे. वो स्टूडेंट ये लिखता है कि हमने ये कोर्स पास किया है, इसके एवज में आप मुझे इस कोर्स के लिए क्रेडिट ट्रांसफ़र कर दीजिए, राइट. तो उस केस में फैकल्टी का काम होता है उसके पास किए गए कोर्स के सिलेबाई को और अपने कोर्स का जिसके लिए वो बच्चा क्रेडिट ट्रांसफ़र मांग रहा है उसके सिलेबाई को देखें, और उसमें अगर 75 to 80% तक का कवरेज है, सिमिलैरिटी है, तो ट्रेंड वाज दैट टू ग्रांट द क्रेडिट ट्रांसफ़र और उस बच्चे को उस कोर्स का एग्ज़ाम नहीं देना पड़ता था. दैट इज़ द प्रैक्टिस वी हैव बीन फॉलोइंग सिंस 1991 टिल डेट, and it was across the programs. All our undergraduate and postgraduate programs were having this provision of credit transfer. Regarding other universities, I can't say with much authority, but what knowledge I have broadly, that it was essentially an arrangement between two HEIs, right? Or some universities were a little proactive and they will take AIU into consideration, or they will go to the UGC site and find that if the passing institution, but there it was not course-wise. It was simply if you have done first year from somewhere, some universities will welcome that, okay, if you have done first year in this program of X university, and if the same program is also on offer in my university, so they used to welcome you straight away in the second year. But there is a academic flaw in that kind of a system, because you never know, you are not sure, because there is no standard structure and syllabi across HEIs for our undergraduate and postgraduate programs. So you don't know which course falls in which year or which semester in different universities. But some universities are following. But IGNOU system was foolproof academically, and large number of students were taking benefit of this. So all these shortcomings which other universities were feeling has been handled very nicely by this concept of academic bank of credit, which I have listed below here in the NEP vision. So if I have explained you in great detail that how this ABC scheme is going to benefit, enable HEIs to go for this credit transfer scheme, and it will benefit immensely to our students who for one reason or the another reason they have to get dislocated, या उनको अपना studies discontinue करना पड़ रहा है, या for whatever reason, so they can, ABC will be very helpful. Second and most important, although it has not been said in so many words in NEP vision document, which I am talking and constantly referring about, कि अब आप देखिए सिचुएशन ऐसी है कि मान लीजिए कि मैं एक इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में हूँ और मैं बीटेक कर रहा हूँ या एमटेक कर रहा हूँ, राइट, एंड आई फाइंड सम कोर्सेज ऑफ IGNOU इंटरेस्टिंग, एंड माय प्रोग्राम स्ट्रक्चर गिव्स मी लीवे दैट दिस इज जैसा कि कहते हैं ना मी टाइम, राइट. So institution, if they have created some credits which is you can call me credits, right, the credits you can earn at the same level in whatever area which interests you, right. And being a student in let's say in any IIT or any engineering college where there is no option of taking courses in, let's say, music or sociology or literature, things like that. So if I can always join such courses of interest from any other university if that is ABC enabled HEI, because the credit I earn from there will be counted towards completion of my degree in the technical university, and it is vice versa. Suppose I am in a typical arts college and I want to learn something about thermodynamics or some trade of computer science, so to say, what computer science engineers do, right? Particularly commerce student will be interested in that. So this kind of integration will also be enabled if you go for ABC scheme of new education policy. I think I will take a pause here and would like to address the issues if you raise some. Thank you.